I would first like to thank God for truly blessing me to be here today before you at this time in our history. I would like to thank the chairman and members of the Oversight and Government Reform Committee for the opportunity to share my experiences with you at this time. My name is James D. Harris, Jr. I am 46 years old, and I have been blessed with a wonderful wife of 17 years named Aretha. And God saw fit to bless us with a son of 6 years old, and his name is James D. Harris, Jr., and of course we call him Trey. I am self-employed with Agape Trade Graphics and Marketing Group, and I am also a minister of the gospel. I've been blessed to be in the ministry for over 20 years, focusing those efforts mainly in the southern region of the United States. My small business was established in 1999 and continued to grow until the disaster known as Hurricane Katrina came on the Gulf Coast. Since the hurricane, my business has diminished, and my ability to prosper from that endeavor has been hampered by overall economic recovery here on the Gulf Coast. I was blessed to start a nonprofit organization named the Guardian Angel Adoption Program with a website address of www.guardianangelprogram.org, and it has been a blessing to many families here on the Gulf Coast. The nonprofit endeavor was formed after witnessing the unfortunate oversight of many families and seniors who were tragically left behind or out of the recovery and rejuvenation efforts of some of the other agencies here on the Gulf Coast. I must state for the record, there is still a great need of services for people like these and needs like these of the public at large, especially here on the Gulf Coast. If someone would have told me 3 years ago that I would be living in a FEMA trailer with my wife and son, I just wouldn't have believed that. But the reality is that I am in a FEMA trailer and have been living here since April 2006 until now. Many people that I have come in contact with are in the same position that my family and I are in now. This sometimes overlooked necessity is truly a bit, well, I must state for the record that I am thankful to have a roof over my head and shelter from the elements. And I just want to say that it's a blessing to have somewhere to stay. By nature, I'm not one to complain about my circumstances or situations that I find myself in from time to time. God has allowed me the strength to endure and to maintain as much as possible, especially during the trying times after Hurricane Katrina. I must say I've never witnessed firsthand in my life the overpowering devastation that one event could have on so many people. With all that being said, my life has been changed, as so many others have during the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, and I must say I will never be the same again. My family and I have experienced many challenges in pursuit of getting the FEMA trailer we now have. Time will not permit me to address some of those challenges, in fact, but I will say that I have exercised every bit of knowledge that I have experienced and plain old luck to get positioned to be in the facility at this time. When my family and I entered into the trailer in April 2006, we noticed a pungent and overpowering odor that permeated through the whole FEMA travel trailer. You must understand that the three of us are living in a space less than 50 square feet. There is one bathroom and only one door for access in or out. We also noticed that our eyes burned and watered as we tried to inhabit the trailer facility. We were told by the persons who gave us the keys to the trailers initially that if we opened the doors and windows of the trailer and allowed the trailer to air out for a period of a couple of hours, that all the odors and the burning sensations of our eyes would pass and would not come back. Over a period of time and to this date, we have found that this remedy did not remove the strong odors that we now know to be formaldehyde. On many occasions, my wife and I contacted the FEMA maintenance number to register our concerns and express our displeasure in the frequency and the magnitude of the odors and the visual challenges that being in the trailer presented when these conditions existed. The reply we received from the FEMA Maintenance Call Center was the same, stating, "You need to allow the trailer to air out when you smell these odors." There was never any attempt that I know of to physically try to address this concern. There were other physical conditions that have arisen inside the trailer and outside the trailer, and they have for the most part been addressed. But this particular issue seems to have continued to be addressed to us in the same fashion. Now you must also understand that my family and I stayed in one room on the north side of my parents' home after Hurricane Katrina. The southern exposure of my parents' home was compromised and destroyed by the hurricane's fury. My parents, my brother and his wife and 2 sons, and my family and I existed in the remnant of my parents' homes for 8 months. So when we were finally able to get in a FEMA trailer, we were so thankful and continue to try to make things work. I never realized until late that we may even have the possibility of being moved into another more adequate and more environmentally safe trailer. Not being aware of that fact, I know that this is one of the main reasons why, after notifying the FEMA Maintenance Center about the formaldehyde and how it was affecting us on numerous occasions, we just decided to make the best of the situation. I must note at this point that when we noticed often that the companies that FEMA was contracting the maintenance trailers were in charge of that particular process, were changing almost every 2 weeks. This frequent changing of the guards, I believe, directly affected the way in which this situation was handled, and eventually never truly was addressed. I would notice, along with my wife, that if we ever left the home for more than 5 to 6 hours, when we returned, the smells and odors would sometimes be overpowering. This means we had to air out our trailers on several occasions, losing time while we were waiting for the air quality to resume to some level of acceptability, and we figured this was to be our accepted existence in this FEMA trailer. This happened many times during our occupancy of the trailer. When I felt there was no other avenue available to me, I had to find a way, with God's help, to make the air quality in the trailer the best that I could. I purchased an Oryx XL tabletop professional air purifier in July 2006 for $469.95. I had to borrow the money to purchase this air filter, but I did what I felt I had to do to protect my family to exist day to day. Without this filter, I don't even know if we could have been in the trailer at all. And let me close in saying this. Since we've been in the trailer, we have had to nebulize our son several times, and my wife and I believe this goes directly to the lack of air quality at times in the trailer. My wife has also had bouts with breathing, and I have had several respiratory incidents, the latest of which occurred on Thursday, July 12, 2007. The smell of the formaldehyde was so strong and so overwhelming that my eyes and my family's eyes were discomforted, and we just opened up the windows and everything, and it got so bad that this past Tuesday I actually had to go to the emergency room. I'm not going to read the rest of the statement. You have it for the record. But in closing, I would like to say to you all, I don't know, I didn't even know that government was concerned. And when I found out about this, I just want to let you know I'm thankful to know that somebody is concerned. When you're helpless, it's one thing, but when you're hopeless, it's something else. So I hope that something's done about this problem, and I'm free to answer any questions that you might have for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harris. I want to thank all of you. It's not easy to come and testify before Congress. It's sharing your experiences, which were not happy ones, but it's important that you're here, and this is a very helpful presentation.